Summit in Utah. Oh my gosh, since Wednesday. Started with convention, LifeVantage, and now at Growth Summit. And I am here with Dr. Jeff, medical doctor, and a few questions out there. So I'm curious as to what led you to LifeVantage, and especially our mind body products.
So the funny thing is I said no twice. So for people that are in LifeVantage that are trying to recruit doctors, don't give up. Just keep going after it. I said no because I've done network marketing before and I loved it, but I'm 62. I didn't want to start another business. I have 3 businesses now. This is the last thing I wanted to do. But I heard from somebody that was high up in the company that there was the possibility in 4 days they were going to launch a natural GLP-1 activate. And in our practice, we had been using the GLP-1 injectables, the Ozempic, the Mounjaros, the Wegovys, Rybelsus, all of those. And we were having so many problems. We were having all the GI issues, nausea and vomiting and diarrhea and headaches and muscle loss. They admit, the big pharma companies admit to a 27% muscle loss. And so, so even we're losing 80 pounds, but if they're losing 80 pounds with a 25% muscle loss, that means that we're losing 20 pounds of muscle. So we knew of all the problems. And so when she said, hey, we're coming out with this GLP-1 activator, I knew it was something that my patients needed. I knew it was something that my doctors that are in my network patients needed. And I knew it was something that I needed. I had failed GLP-1 injections myself. I lost 80 and put 65 pounds of it back on. And if you look at the National Institute of Health that just released their study on it, they're admitting, National Institute of Health, but the government is looking at these. 90% of the people on the injectables regain 66% of their weight in the first year. So if you're on the injectables, look out for this. Yes, it seems great right now that you're losing weight, but when you stop it, your GLP-1 levels are going to be at 0. The injections are stopping your body from making its own GLP-1s, and that's where the problem arises. So when I knew that they were coming with something that could activate GLP-1, and the original studies from LifeVantage said that it could raise GLP-1 by 140%. Well, we just learned last weekend at the global convention that it's not 140%. No, it's not 100%. It's not 80%. It's 200%. So we're raising natural GLP-1 levels by 200%. So what does that mean? That means that now you can have elevated GLP-1s, not for 6 months while you lose your weight, not for a year while you lose your weight, but potentially if you stay on this for the rest of your life. So it's not the problem that I see with weight loss. Is I've been a big guy all my life. I just lost 65 pounds on the Mind Body product. I graduated 8th grade at 200 pounds. I graduated high school at 265 pounds. Yes, I played football. I never played football in the NFL. But it's a long-term problem. It's not a short-term problem. It's a long-term problem. And the way that medicine's been attacking it for a long time, it's just short-term solution. Long-term problem, short-term solution doesn't work. You need long-term problem, long-term solution. And so now what we have is we have a product, we have an activator, something that you can take, and the little components of this activator raise your GLP-1 levels naturally, not with a big pharma injection, but naturally over time to raise your GLP-1 levels where you're stable, not today, not tomorrow, but for the rest of your life. And that's the change. That's the paradigm shift that we need. Obesity is an issue. Right now in the United States, our obesity rate is almost at 50%. Half of Americans are obese, and these are greater than 30% above their normal body weight. So that's a problem. And the problem is it's from what we eat, it's from our diets. 1975, 50 years ago, obesity rate was 10%. If you're old enough to remember 1975, think about your small towns. I can remember my small town, Ridgeway, Pennsylvania. Shout out to those people if they might be watching you. We had 2 people that were obese. They were a brother and a sister. They're both dead. They're both dead now.
Wow.
And they were the only 2 obese people that I can remember. 10% obesity rate. It's 50% now. It is an epidemic in the United States. So we have to wait.
And it's hitting our children. Back in the 70s, obesity amongst children wasn't a thing.
No.
And it's year round, you see it everywhere now.
No.
And they just want, so often they want to give these injectables to the children. And you're ruining potentially their lives.
Jennifer is behind the camera, who's holding the camera for us. We had this discussion because I had a text message from somebody, and people from the Philippines and Thailand and Australia here. Somebody from the Australia group reached out, and she said, "We have a girl in Australia who's 10, and she's at 90 kilograms. For Americans, 90 kilograms. She's over 200 pounds at 10 years old." Jennifer worked in a school nurse's office, and she was fun. She'd come in and say, "Oh, poor little kids are getting picked on because they're already, elementary school, they're already pushing 120, 140, 150 pounds in elementary school." We didn't have that problem back then, but look at the diets. Jennifer and I go to the grocery store and we look at people and bananas. And none of it is from the outside aisles. None of it's from meat. None of it's vegetables and fruits. It's all highly processed foods that are in a bag, a box, a frozen food container, because it's what people can afford. Potato chips is cheaper than a bunch of grains.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's what people can afford is this ultra high processed food, and that's why our kids are going to go geese.
Right.
It's a problem.
Those processed foods aren't feeding the body, so you're reaching for something else much faster. Earlier, you would be reaching if repeating the whole food.
Right. And they're discussing the GLP-1 levels.
Right.
So it's a vicious cycle. You'll never get off of it.
No. Well, I really appreciate you.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks for asking me.
Yes, absolutely.
I'd love to talk.
Oh, I love this thing.
So,
We're going to definitely connect.
awesome. Thank you so much. Anytime you need me. Thank you, people on Facebook.
I'll see you. Thank you.